Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today we'll be talking about MiniMax H3 and how to optimize it. Now, in my last video, I talked about how to run it and what models to install. If you haven't check that out right here. But for this one, we'll check out a bunch of quants and how they perform. And we'll talk about some optimization tricks like Sage Attention and the Turbo LoRA. Let's talk about Sage Attention. Now, to run MiniMax H3, you need CUDA 13 Plus. And just recently, new wheels got released for Sage Attention, meaning you can even use the Dazzle LM installer to install Sage Attention again. And you need to make sure you install Sage Attention 2.2 and not fall back to Sage Attention 1, as that is pretty much slower than the normal attention in ComfUI. To install, all you'll need to do is run this command right here and find the base path of your ComfUI installation that you want to install it on. I also want to mention there are a few block cages, but from what I've heard online, they don't do enough for me to justify the quality drop of using these cages. We'll be checking out the 4-byte integer model, the 8-byte integer model, and the GGUF quants K3KM and Q6KM. We will also explore the distilled LoRA. I will have the links down in the description for the models. It's like 2 or 3 repos you're gonna have to look at, but this video should help you decide which one you want to work with, and then you should only need to download that one. If you guys liked the video, please support me on Buy Me a Coffee to keep this channel going. Let's talk about the benchmark. Now, my test system was the RTX 3060 with 12 GB of VRAM and my 32 GB of DDR4 RAM. First, we looked at the integer 8 model with Sage off and Sage on. Now, you save 22% using Sage, but the quality goes down a little bit. Now, with Q6KM, Sage only saves 9%, which is quite low, but I do believe the quality is better. Now, the 4-bit model versus the 8-bit model. The 4-bit model is basically unusable in quality, and it only took another 3 minutes to run the 8-bit model. So I would definitely recommend only using the 8-bit model. Here we have the LoRA. It really, half the time went down because of using the LoRA, and the quality I thought was actually very good for a LoRA. Now here's Q3KM, and it's just showcasing how much longer it takes to run 10 seconds versus 5 seconds, which took another hour and 27 minutes on my machine. Here we have the entire render times. And here we have the render times for the integer models. And you can save about 64% on a total 5-second clip if you're running the Turbo LoRA with Sage. Which model to choose is definitely a personal choice, but I believe the 4-bit model is unusable with quality. The Q6KM is the best quality, but the 8-bit model is definitely the fastest. Okay guys, so let me know if I missed any models that you might like or enjoy using. I definitely haven't checked out all of them. Now, I've also seen from KJ, he has an experimental repo with some small models that are supposed to be better. Maybe they'll beat the 4-bit model and actually have usable quality. I'm not sure about that yet, but I might check that out in the next video. And if you have any questions about the benchmark or anything, please leave them down in the description, and I'll see you next time.